Welcome to Divine Narratives, a place where we share the teachings of Jesus Christ, profound wisdom to guide us toward truth, goodness, and beauty, and inspiring stories of faith, compassion, and spiritual awakening. Sparkles here you will find white heavy checkmark lessons from the Bible to help you live a more meaningful life. White heavy checkmark uplifting stories that ignite kindness and inner strength. White heavy checkmark meditation and reflections to bring peace to your soul. White heavy checkmark Christian philosophy for daily life, guiding you through challenges and helping you find light in the darkness. Lightbulb, we believe that every shared lesson is a candle lighting the path for someone in need. If you find value in our content, please share it to spread goodness and hope to others. Pushpin, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another powerful lesson. Folded hands, let's walk together in love, light, and peace. Backhand index pointing right, Divine Narratives, a journey to seek truth and eternal life. Dear Father, I stand here before you with a humble and empty heart, longing for your light. I cannot find my way in the darkness of my life without your light. As the days pass, I realize a painful truth that I cannot go through the challenges that life poses on my own. With each step I take, my legs feel tired, and my heart seems to have no strength to continue moving forward. But I know that this is not the reason for me to give up. It is in my weakness that I realize that I need you more than ever. This path of life, no matter how beautiful it is always a long journey. And I, a small being, can only continue when I find your support. I cannot reach my lofty dreams without your presence in every step I take. Father, I know that I am not perfect. I know that I have many weaknesses, many mistakes, and many times I have failed to keep the promises I made. There are times when I feel unworthy to enter your light, and then worries and sadness take over my mind. I feel that my heart is not pure enough to receive the unconditional love you have for me. Surely, in this life, I am not the only one who feels that weakness. Each of us, whether living in the light of understanding or in the darkness of doubt, must face challenges that only the strength of faith can help us overcome. But Father, I realize that weakness is not something to be ashamed of, but a part of who I am. That weakness is the reason I seek you, the motivation that pushes me to reach out to seek the truth, the clarity, and the comfort of your love. I offer you all my weaknesses, all my failures, all my imperfections. I ask you to see in me a heart that longs to be healed, loved, and guided. I know that no matter what I do, no matter how imperfect I am, you still love me, because your love is unconditional. Father, I seek you not only in my prayers, but in every moment of my life. Every step I take is a call for you to come closer to me. I cannot know everything that will happen in the future. This life is so complicated and challenging, but I believe that if I know how to seek you, if I always turn my heart to you, I will find the right direction. I cannot always keep my faith in all moments. There are times when I feel lost in the midst of a noisy and difficult life. But then I realize that being lost is not the end, but an opportunity for me to realize that it is you who is leading the way. Father, I pray that you will give me the patience to wait for your presence, so that I can listen to your teachings in each moment. I also know that sometimes your presence is not something that is easy to see. You can appear in the small moments, in the simple things of life. Maybe you are present in a gentle breeze, in the light of dawn, in a loving word from someone, or in the silence of the night. I ask you to help me recognize your presence in each day, each moment, so that I can feel peace in my heart, so that I never feel alone on this path. Father, I do not ask you to give me all the things I want. I do not ask for an easy life, because I know that this life is never perfect. But I ask you to be with me always, to always watch over me every step of the way. When I am weak, when I stumble, when I fail, please let me feel the warmth of your love so that I can stand up, continue walking, and trust that you will never abandon me. I also ask you to help me be faithful to my promise. That promise is not an easy one because I still have shortcomings, unresolved problems. But I believe that when I am faithful to you, when I always remember your presence in every moment of my life, then no matter how difficult it is, I will still find the strength to continue. Every time I stumble, I just need to remember that you are always willing to reach out to help me, and in that I find the courage to stand up. Father, I don't have to be perfect, but I just have to be faithful. Faithful to my dream of being close to you, faithful to the promises I have made. I know that no matter how many times I fall, I will get up and keep going because I trust in your love. Father, thank you for your presence in my life. Thank you for the priceless graces you have given me even though I do not deserve them. Thank you for always being there for me, guiding me through my challenges and never abandoning me in my moments of weakness. Thank you for letting me know that even though life is full of hardships, I can still find comfort and peace in your love. I offer you all my emotions, my unfulfilled dreams, and my failures. I cannot go through these hardships on my own, but with you, I believe that I will always find a way to peace of mind. Father, I cannot go through this alone, but with you, I know that nothing is impossible. I will always seek you in every step and will never stop asking for your guidance. Heavenly Father, I stand before you with a heart full of thanksgiving, humility, and gratitude. I cannot comprehend the immensity of your love for me, a sinful and weak person. I do not deserve it, yet you still love me unconditionally, a love that is not bound by perfection, but the love of a father who loves his children unconditionally. I cannot comprehend the greatness of that love. Every time I stumble, every time I fall into sin, I feel your boundless forgiveness. Father, your love is not a love reserved only for those who are perfect, those who are worthy. Your love is a love reserved for lost sheep, for those who are weak and flawed, like me. You never turn your back on me, no matter how many times I make mistakes. In this life, when I feel defeated, sad, or disappointed, I find comfort in your love. That love does not demand perfection, but is a forgiving love, a love that calls me back. I may stumble, but you are always ready to reach out and pick me up. Nothing can stop your love for me. Father, in that unconditional love, I feel your boundless mercy. I know that you will never abandon me. No matter how weak I am, no matter how many times I hurt you, you are always willing to forgive and open your arms to welcome me. This makes me feel loved, protected, forgiven not only in the good times, but also when I make mistakes. I realize that your love is not just about forgiveness, but also a love that helps me become better, helps me realize my mistakes and correct them. Every time I stumble, I find myself being taught, enlightened to realize the right path that you want me to take. I don't have to be perfect because you already know that I can't be perfect. But the important thing is that I know how to turn to you, know how to ask for forgiveness and try to live better every day. Father, I offer you my mistakes, the wrong things I have done. I don't deserve forgiveness, but I believe that your love is boundless, and it is in that love that I find liberation. I thank you for forgiving me, for helping me realize that no matter how many mistakes I make, you still love me and are willing to help me start over. Father, I know that your love is not only shown in my happy times, but also in the times when I face hardships and challenges. Sometimes, I feel that the challenges are too great and I cannot overcome them. But it is in those difficult times that I realize that your love never leaves me. You are with me, helping me stand firm, helping me overcome all challenges. I know that it is in the challenges that your love is shown more clearly. You do not leave me alone in my suffering, but are always with me, guiding me. Father, every time I feel exhausted, I remember that you said, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. It is that promise that motivates me not to give up. No matter how difficult the road is, no matter how stormy life is, I believe that your love will always be the light that guides me. I thank you for that love. Every time I suffer, I realize that it is your love that makes me stronger and more resilient. I am never alone, because your love is always with me, always leading me through all hardships. Father, I also realize that your love is not only for me, but also a love that I need to share with those around me. I cannot live only for myself, but must learn to love others, as you have loved me. I know that, in order to love others, I need to learn from your love for me. In life, it is not always easy for me to love others. Sometimes, my pride, anger, or past pain make it difficult for me to forgive and love others. But Father, you have taught me that love is not only sympathy but also forgiveness. I cannot love others if I do not forgive them, as you have forgiven me. Every time I forgive others, I feel your love grow stronger. I ask you to help me learn to love everyone around me, not only in the easy times but also in the difficult times. I ask you to give me a heart that forgives, that loves, and that accepts differences. I know that when I love others, I am also showing your love for me. Father, I know that true love is not a love that only receives, but a love that knows how to sacrifice. It is in sacrifice that love becomes holy and precious. You sacrificed everything for me. You suffered on the cross for me. I can never repay you for that love, but I want to live a life of sacrifice for others, just as you did. I ask you to help me live this life with sacrificial love. I know that to truly love, I need to learn to put the interests of others before my own, to know how to share and to give without expecting anything in return. I know that sacrificial love is the path you want me to walk, and no matter how many times I fail and fail, I will continue to follow that path. I thank you for teaching me the value of sacrificial love. Every time I learn to love unconditionally, I feel the great love you have for me. I ask you to help me to live with sacrificial love, so that every action of mine is an expression of your love. Father, in your love, I see that sacrifice is not just a human act but a reflection of your great love for humanity. You sacrificed your own Son on the cross, suffering for my mistakes, so that I could live in your infinite love. I cannot imagine the pain you endured, but I know that it was out of your infinite love that you endured everything. I also realize that sacrifice is an indispensable part of my journey. If I want to live as you taught, I must understand that true love requires sacrifice. I cannot love if I do not give, if I do not suffer for others. Every time I have to sacrifice for someone, even a small act, I feel closer to God, because it is in those sacrifices that I feel your love in my life. Father, I pray that you help me understand that in every challenge, in every sacrifice, I can find true peace and happiness. I do not need to seek love in material things or in the praise of people, but just look towards you to realize that your love is enough. The sacrifices I make for others are not a burden, but an opportunity for me to show your love, to become a part of that love, a part of the great sacrifice that you have made for humanity. Father, in my life I have stumbled many times. I have made countless mistakes, sins that have made me feel so small, so insignificant before you. Yet I am not suffering condemnation, but infinite forgiveness. I feel your love even in times when I feel worthless. Father, I thank you for your mercy, for you have never abandoned me, no matter what. I cannot fully comprehend your forgiving love. You have forgiven me not just once, but countless times, and every time I turn to you in repentance, every time I return to you, you welcome me with open arms. I know that your love has no limits, and the more I feel that forgiveness, the more I realize that I must live in a way that is worthy of that love. Father, if I can learn anything from you, it is forgiveness. You have not only forgiven me, but also taught me how to forgive others. I know that if I want to be truly loved, I must learn to forgive those who have hurt me. Forgiveness is not only an act of compassion, but also a way for me to free myself from anger and suffering. I ask you to help me open my heart, so that I can forgive and love all those who have hurt me. Father, I know that this life is never without challenges, and it is in those challenges that your love shines through. Every step of my journey on this path has its difficulties, and there are times when I feel like I cannot go on. However, in those moments, I always feel your presence, like a light guiding me through the darkness. I cannot fully understand why you allow difficulties to come to me, but I believe that each challenge is an opportunity for me to grow in faith, to understand your love more clearly. Every hardship in life, whether it be pain or loss, can become a lesson, helping me realize that your love is present not only in times of happiness, but also in times of sadness. Father, I ask you to help me see that trials are not punishment, but part of your great plan. Every time I am in pain, I feel closer to you, because it is in those moments that your love becomes clearer than ever. I thank you for helping me through each trial, for always being there for me so that I never feel alone. Father, I realize that your love is infinite and nothing can compare to it. I know that gratitude is an integral part of every step I take. I do not just thank you with words, but I want to show it with my actions. Every day, I ask you to help me live a life of gratitude, appreciating everything you have given me, from the smallest things to the greatest things. Your love is not just words, but actions. It is through acts of love, forgiveness, and sacrifice that I can respond to your love. I ask you to help me live a life worthy of your unconditional love for me. I am not perfect, but I will always strive to live with sincere love and faithfulness to you. Father, I thank you for the boundless love you have shown me. I cannot repay it, but I will live a life of gratitude and faithfulness. I ask you to help me love as you have loved, forgive as you have forgiven, and sacrifice for others as you have sacrificed for me. I believe that when I live in your love, I will find true peace and happiness. I offer you all my thanks, all my deep gratitude. I will continue to walk the path of love that you have shown me, not only in times of happiness but also in times of trial and suffering. Father, your love will be my strength and my guiding light. I will always love you and return your love in all that I do. Father, I stand before you with a humble heart, aware of my own imperfection. I cannot deny that, in this life, I am full of weaknesses, shortcomings. I have failed many times, stumbled many times. Each time I feel so small, so fragile amidst the challenges that life poses. I realize that no matter how hard I try, no matter how strong I am, there are always times when I cannot overcome myself. My worries, fears, and sometimes the weakness of my heart have made me lose my way. But Father, I know that my imperfection is not a reason for me to give up. It is in that weakness that I realize that I need you more than ever. I know that you created me with flaws, but you never abandoned me. It is in those flaws that I find your boundless love and mercy. Father, I pray that you will help me not to let my imperfections be a burden, but an opportunity to seek perfection in your love. Father, in my heart there is always a burning dream, a desire to become a better person, a dream to reach for great and beautiful things. But every time I move forward, I feel that I am still not enough, not perfect. Those dreams are still far away. I have never fully achieved them. There are times when I feel tired because I have to continue chasing dreams that seem never to be fulfilled. I know that my dreams are not easy to achieve. Great dreams always require patience, sacrifice, and sometimes failure. But I cannot give up because in those dreams I see the light of your love. Every time I fall short of what I want, I remember your unconditional love for me. It is in that love that I find the strength to keep going, to dare to dream again. Father, unfulfilled dreams are not a sign of failure, but an invitation for me to move forward, to overcome every challenge. Those dreams help me realize that I cannot be perfect on my own, but need your help. I believe that even though I have not achieved all my dreams on that journey, you will always be with me. Father, in the times I fall, in the times I feel helpless before the challenges of life, I realize that I cannot be perfect. I know that I cannot do everything right and that there will be times when I fail. But in each failure, I feel your forgiveness. It is your unconditional love and forgiveness that helps me overcome my mistakes, helps me get up and keep going. I cannot fully understand why you forgive me so generously. The times I make mistakes, the times I stumble, I should be condemned, but you reach out and help me stand up. Father, I cannot repay all of that love and forgiveness, but I offer you all my gratitude. I believe that every time I feel weak, you are always there, ready to help me overcome, teach me how to get up and continue on your path. Father, I know that this life is a never-ending journey. I cannot achieve perfection overnight, nor can I become perfect on my own. But I believe that through each day of my life, through each challenge I experience, I will gradually become better. Every time I stumble, I learn valuable lessons about patience, forgiveness, and love. I ask you to help me on this journey. I do not ask you to give me instant perfection, but to help me take a step closer to the perfection of your love each day. I know that I will never be perfect, but if I am faithful and long to move toward you, that is the path to true perfection. Father, even though there are times when I feel like I cannot take another step, I trust that you will continue to walk with me, helping me through every difficulty. I know that only your love can help me overcome my limitations, help me see the light in the darkest moments. Father, in every step I take, whether I fail or succeed, I find hope in the unconditional love you have for me. There is nothing I can do to deserve that love, but I believe that your love is enough. It is that love that motivates me to overcome all the difficulties and challenges in life. I know that no matter how weak I am, no matter how many failures I have, you still love me. And it is that love that will help me get up, keep going, and persevere with my unfulfilled dreams. I don't have to be perfect. I just need to always keep my faith in you. Always seek peace and strength in your love. Father, I believe that no matter how difficult it is, I will still walk towards you. Even if my dreams are unfulfilled, I know that they are important steps on the path back to you. Each day that passes, I feel your presence, and it is this hope that keeps me going in your love. Father, I ask that you continue to guide me on this path. I know that each day, each challenge, is an opportunity for me to grow in your love. I do not ask that I be spared suffering, but that you help me to persevere in all my difficulties. I ask that you help me to hold on to my dreams, even if they may not be achieved right away. I know that if I walk this path with trust and your love, I will eventually reach where I am seeking. Father, I thank you for helping me realize that even if I fail or stumble, I can still keep going. I will not give up, because I know that in your love, nothing is impossible. Father, I know that holiness is not an easy thing to achieve, but it is the goal I always aspire to reach. I ask you to help me to live by faith, to follow your example, even though I know that I can never be completely perfect. I understand that holiness is a long process, a journey that requires patience and faithfulness in love for you. With each passing day, I realize more clearly that holiness is not only about great deeds, but also about the little things in everyday life. It is how I treat others, how I am patient and forgiving, how I live in love and compassion. I believe that each day, I can get a little closer to the holiness you desire. But I also understand that I will never be perfect all at once, but must constantly strive, constantly ask for your guidance. Father, I ask you to help me realize that holiness is not perfection, but continuous progress in your love. I don't need to be perfect, but if I stay focused on you, if I stay in the light of your love, then that is the path to holiness. Father, I know that in life, I cannot avoid trials and suffering. These trials sometimes make me feel like I cannot reach the perfection I long for. However, I understand that it is in these difficulties that I can find maturity in my faith. Each trial is an opportunity for me to become stronger, to learn and to improve myself. I do not ask you to help me avoid difficulties, but only to help me know how to face them. I ask you to give me patience, so that I do not give up when faced with trials, and so that I can see your presence in the difficult times. Every time I hurt, every time I fail, I will remember your unconditional love for me. It is that love that will be the source of strength to help me walk firmly on the path to you. I know that perfection is not the attainment of a goal, but a continuous journey, a process in which I always seek closeness to God, always seek holiness in every action, every thought. I do not need to be perfect, just faithful and humble. That is the path that leads me to true perfection. Father, I know that prayer is an indispensable part of the journey to seek holiness. Every day, I ask you to help me become more aware of your presence in my life. I ask you to help me always live with gratitude and humility, always feel your love and always live in your light. I know that prayer is not a simple word, but a deep conversation between me and you. When I pray, I do not only ask for something for myself, but I also ask to be taught by you, to be guided on the path of holiness. I ask you to help me see this life with the eyes of a child, to see all the good things you have given me, and to always live in a spirit of thanksgiving. Every prayer is a step closer to perfection, because through prayer I recognize my weakness and also recognize the greatness of your love. I do not ask to be perfect, but I ask you to help me to always move toward you, to live in closeness to you, and to find peace in my heart. Father, in my journey to holiness, I cannot avoid mistakes and errors. When I am wrong, I feel so small, so incompetent, and sometimes I feel unworthy of your forgiveness. But Father, I know that your love is infinite, and your forgiveness is limitless. No matter how many times I make mistakes, you are always ready to forgive and lift me up. I feel that it is in those moments of weakness that I draw closer to you. Mistakes help me realize that perfection does not come from complacency, but from humility and repentance. I ask you to help me to be humble before you, so that I can be more aware of my mistakes and know how to correct them. I believe that every time I stumble, you are always there, ready to help me get up and continue on your path. I also ask you to help me to forgive myself, because only when I forgive myself can I live in peace and continue on my journey to find holiness. I thank you for always being willing to forgive me, because your forgiving love has made me stronger and more resilient in every step. Father, I ask you to help me to stay on the path you have outlined for me. I know that holiness is not easy, and I cannot achieve it on my own. I can only achieve holiness with you by my side, when I live in your guidance. I do not ask for immediate perfection, but I ask that you help me become better each day, closer to you each day. Father, I know that I cannot do anything without your help. I can only find perfection in your love and guidance. I ask that you help me to continue, despite difficulties and challenges, and to always live in your light, always seeking holiness in all my actions. Thank you for always being there for me, helping me to grow in faith and live a life worthy of your unconditional love for me. I will continue on this path, trusting in your guidance, and always striving to live a holy life following your example. Father, I cannot help but realize that life is never without challenges. Each day that passes, I am faced with difficulties and hardships that sometimes seem insurmountable. These challenges do not only come from the outside, but sometimes my heart is also filled with worries and fears about the future. Every time I step into a new journey, I feel my own weakness, and sometimes the feeling of fatigue makes me want to give up. But it is in these moments that I realize that I cannot go alone. I cannot overcome these difficulties without your presence and help. I know that you did not promise to make me not encounter hardships, but you promised that you will always be with me, will be the source of strength to help me stand firm in every challenge. Every time I feel like I am about to collapse, I remember your words. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11 verse 28. Father, I feel that in the moments when I think I cannot continue, you gently lead me through all the suffering and difficulties. It is your presence that gives me strength to overcome everything, to find peace in the storms. I know that in every trial, you not only want me to overcome it, but also to learn valuable lessons. Every difficulty, no matter how painful, can become an opportunity for me to grow in faith, to understand more about your patience, resilience, and the power of your unconditional love for me. Those difficult times are the times for me to learn to rely on you, to realize that I cannot overcome everything on my own, but with you, I can do everything. Father, I pray that you will help me to always have faith in your guidance, even when I face my greatest challenges. I know that each trial I go through is not a punishment but a part of your great plan. In my hard times, I learn humility that no matter how strong I may be, I ultimately need your help. My trials also help me realize that I am not the center of the universe, but that your love and presence are the most important things in my life. I cannot go through life without you, and you are the reason I never give up. Father, I cannot help but feel your closeness when I feel weakest. Even though I feel exhausted, when I look to you, I see your endless strength. My trials help me realize that, in your love, nothing is impossible. It is in the difficult times that I feel your love the strongest, because that is when I need you the most, and you have been there to help me get up when I have fallen. I do not ask you to remove all the challenges in my life, but I ask you to help me find the strength to face and overcome them. I ask you to help me never lose faith in you even when things seem to be going against me. There is a reason for every challenge in my life, and I know that as I overcome them, I will grow in my faith and love for you. I ask you to continue to walk with me, helping me to walk with absolute trust in your guidance. Every challenge I go through is an invitation to grow stronger in my faith. Father, I never want to avoid challenges, but I want to be able to embrace them with faith in your love. When I face difficulties, I know that you are helping me to see peace in the midst of the storm. These trials are not punishments, but a part of life that I need to overcome to become stronger, to know that only you can help me stand firm in all circumstances. Father, in difficult times, I feel weak, but it is also in those times that I feel your strong presence. Trials do not frighten me, but are opportunities for me to see that you are always with me, helping me find the way forward, no matter how difficult it is. I pray that you will always keep my heart strong, so that I can go through every challenge with strong trust and love for you. No matter how many times I stumble, no matter how many times I fail, I will never give up, because I know that you are always with me, always helping me when I need it. Father, I thank you for always being with me in difficult times. I thank you for not abandoning me and that in every trial I can always find comfort and strength in your love. I will not be afraid anymore because I know that you will always lead me through every difficulty. I just need to trust and continue to follow you because you are the one who guides me on the path of life, and in you I find all that I need. Father, in this life, I have come to realize that love is not just a feeling or something that comes easily. True love requires sacrifice. It requires us to put the interests of others before our own, and sometimes true love is only evident through selfless sacrifice. You have taught me that love is not about possessing, but about giving. It is in that sacrifice that love becomes great and strong. Father, I look to your example to learn about sacrificial love. You sacrificed your life for humanity so that I could live, be saved, be forgiven. I cannot imagine the pain you endured, but I know that in that sacrifice your love became infinitely strong. You did not hesitate to give everything for us, and I know that it is in that love that I find the true meaning of life. I ask you to help me learn to love as you have loved me. I need to love not only the nice people, those who treat me well, but I need to love everyone, even those I do not understand or agree with. I understand that true love has no limits, and to love as you love, I need to learn to love without expecting anything in return, to love without expecting anything in return, to love without any personal reasons or specific goals. Father, I know that to love like this, I need to sacrifice myself. True love is not about loving when it is easy, but about loving when it is difficult, when I have to give up my own desires, when I have to endure hurt and pain to bring happiness to others. God has shown me that when I give, I receive much more because true love always makes me bigger, stronger. Father, I pray that you will help me to persevere in this love and sacrifice, to help me always know how to live for others, for your love, not just in words, but in actions every day of my life. I know that love is not always easy. There are times when I have to face hurt, failure, or sad feelings when my love is not returned. But Father, I cannot let these feelings make me give up on true love. I cannot love only when things are going well, but I must love in all circumstances. It is in times of suffering and trial that love becomes more precious and I feel your closeness more. I also ask you to help me realize that love is not just something far away, but something I can practice every day. Love is not only in great actions, but also in small gestures, in the way I treat those around me, in simple but loving moments. I can love others even in simple tasks, in every conversation, every word, every action. Father, I ask you to help me understand that sacrifice in love is not a loss, but the realization that when I give, I receive an infinite love, a love that makes this life more beautiful. When I sacrifice, I not only show my love, but it is also a way for me to find closeness to you, a way for me to live as you have taught me. I cannot be perfect, but I will always try my best to live a life full of love and sacrifice, because that is the path you want me to walk. The love and sacrifice I give to others is not a reward for what I have received, but an act of your love for me. I do not love for my own benefit, but because I know that true love can only exist when it is not bound by calculations. I know that when I love, I will receive more, because true love makes my soul peaceful and I will find peace in my heart no matter how many trials and tribulations. Father, I pray that you will help me to always maintain and grow love in my heart. I ask you to help me love not only my loved ones, but also everyone I meet. I ask you to help me become an instrument of your love so that through every action, every word, I can bring your love to everyone. I cannot do everything, but if I can truly love even one person, then I have fulfilled the mission you have given me. Father, I thank you for teaching me the value of sacrificial love, because it is through that love that I find true life and happiness. I will always strive to love and sacrifice as you have loved and sacrificed for me. I know that your love will always be my guiding light, helping me overcome all the challenges and difficulties in life. I ask you to help me to be a person who reflects that love in all my actions, so that my life will be a testament to the unconditional love you have for all of us. Father, throughout my life's journey, I have learned that forgiveness is not easy, but it is in forgiveness that I find true freedom. I know that forgiveness is not forgetting or condoning the hurt, but rather an act of releasing myself from the burdens of resentment and pain. Father, I cannot forgive completely on my own, but I believe that with your help, I can do it. I have carried wounds and pains that I sometimes cannot erase. There are times when I feel the hurt is too great and my pride prevents me from forgiving those who have hurt me. But I know that in forgiving, I not only free others, but also myself. I ask you to help me see that when I forgive, I not only express your love and compassion, but also bring healing and peace to my own soul. Father, as I strive to forgive others, I also need to learn to forgive myself. I know that I am not perfect, and sometimes I make irreversible mistakes. But in those moments, you remind me that your forgiveness is limitless. Father, help me learn to accept my weaknesses, knowing that each mistake is an opportunity for me to learn and grow. I cannot change the past, but I can change the present and the future if I live in your forgiveness and love. I thank you for always forgiving me even when I do not deserve it. Father, every time I feel guilty, I remember your forgiveness. You do not condemn me, but open your arms to welcome me back. You have not abandoned me in my mistakes, but have always guided me, helped me stand up and continue walking. Your love and forgiveness are the motivation for me to live better, to never give up, no matter how many times I stumble. I ask you to help me forgive those who have hurt me so that my heart will no longer hold grudges or resentments. I know that only when I forgive can I live in true peace. Forgiveness is not easy, but I know that with your love I can do it. I ask you to help me open my heart so that I can forgive as you have forgiven me, to help me love and accept those around me no matter how they have hurt me. Father, I also know that forgiveness is part of my journey to receive your grace. I cannot receive your grace if my heart is still filled with anger and resentment. Your grace is a priceless gift that you give us even though we do not deserve it. I feel that only by living in forgiveness can I receive your grace fully. Father, help me to live in gratitude so that I can recognize and appreciate every grace you have given me in this life. I know that your grace is not something I can earn, but is a gift you give me. But I also realize that to receive that grace, I need to live worthy of your love. I need to open my heart and receive forgiveness. I cannot live in a closed way. I cannot live in the wounds of the past without letting go. I need to open my heart to receive your love and forgiveness, because only when I do can I receive all the graces you have given me. Father, I thank you for always giving me great graces even though I never deserve them. I know that your grace is not only forgiveness for past mistakes, but also support and guidance for me on the path ahead. I offer you all my feelings, thoughts, and dreams, and I ask you to continue to pour your grace into my life. I believe that only in your forgiveness and your grace can I find true peace. Father, I do not deserve all that you have given me, but I thank you for your unconditional love for me. I will continue to live in your forgiveness and your grace so that I can move step by step toward the perfection you desire for me. I ask you to help me live worthy of your grace, always living in humility and gratitude so that your love and forgiveness can shine through my life. Father, I know that this life is not just a passing journey but a long road full of challenges and hardships, but also full of your love and light. The road back to you is not always easy, and sometimes I feel tired and disoriented, but I believe that every step I take, no matter how difficult it is, if I walk with you, I will always find comfort and the right direction. I feel that in the moments when I feel weakest, when I do not know what to do, when I face challenges that seem insurmountable, I see more clearly that you are always with me. Father, I cannot walk alone, and I never want to walk alone. I pray that you will always guide me on this path, helping me find purpose in life and peace in your presence. I know that only when I know how to firmly follow you, no matter the difficulties or challenges, can I achieve the ultimate goal of returning to God, returning to true love. Father, sometimes I feel lost, as if I am walking on a dark road with no destination. There are times when I make mistakes, times when I feel too weak to continue, but it is in those moments that I find hope in your presence. I know that even though I feel unworthy, you still love me, you always draw me towards you. Father, I pray that you help me realize that on the journey back to God, there is no straight road, no easy step. Each step has its difficulties, challenges, but it is these things that help me grow in faith, help me see more clearly the unconditional love you have for me. The path back to you is not a path I can walk alone. It is a journey of humility, trust, and perseverance. I know that no matter how weak I am, no matter how many shortcomings I have, as long as I keep my faith in you, I will never lose my way. I believe that you will always lead me to the path of truth, the path of love and light. And no matter how many challenges I face, I will never give up on that path, because I know that, in the end, I will return to you, where love, peace, and eternal happiness await me. Father, I ask you to help me live each day in faithfulness and hope for your guidance. I cannot see the whole path ahead, but I know that you will always be my guiding light. I ask you to help me never lose faith even when life seems dark and difficult. Every time I feel lost, I just need to remember you, and immediately, I will feel your boundless love, I will feel your light illuminating the path ahead. I know that to return to God, I not only need to move forward but also need to renew myself every day. I need to learn to recognize my mistakes, repent, and change to become better and better. I pray that you will help me to always persevere, always strive to live in your love, to keep my heart open, so that I can receive your forgiveness and grace, so that I can live according to what you want. Father, I understand that the path to you is not an easy one, but I also understand that every step on that path will help me become stronger, more resilient in faith. I can do nothing without you, but with you I know that nothing is impossible. Every day, every challenge, every sacrifice is an opportunity for me to learn, to grow, and to draw closer to you. I know that no matter how many hardships I encounter, as long as I persevere, as long as I trust in you, I will always be led to a place of peace where your love awaits me. I ask you to help me always remember that no matter how long and bumpy the road is, you will always be with me, will always support me when I am weak, will always teach me when I am lost. I will never give up on this journey because I know that I am walking towards you, towards eternal love where there is no suffering, no tears, only true peace and happiness. Father, I offer you all my longing for a life of love and peace, and I ask you to guide me through every step, helping me to always keep my faith in your presence at all times. I know that, although I cannot foresee everything, as long as I walk in your light, I will never lose my way. I thank you for always being with me, helping me to walk the right path back to God. Father, in my life's journey, I know that trusting in you is the most important thing because only when I trust in you can I overcome all the challenges and difficulties that this life poses. There are times when life makes me feel weak and unable to continue, when darkness covers my soul, but I still believe that you will never abandon me and that you are the only source of true light in this life. I cannot solve all problems by myself. I cannot overcome challenges by myself without your guidance and love. But I know that as long as I trust in you, you will always be with me, helping me stand firm in the face of all difficulties. Father, my trust is not in myself, but in your infinite love for me. I trust you not because I am perfect, but because I know that you are the one who never changes and you are always willing to help me no matter how weak, wrong, or failed I am. I believe that faithfulness to you will always bring peace to my heart, even when the path ahead is unclear. Father, in the difficult times, when I feel like I can't go on, I will not give up because I know that only when I keep my faith in you will you continue to lead me in the right direction. I can do nothing without you, and it is in my absolute trust in you that I find the strength to overcome every challenge, to get up when I fall, and to continue on the path you have shown me. Father, I ask you to help me keep my faith in you even in the most difficult times. There are times when my weakness makes me want to give up, but I know that it is in those times that my faith in you becomes more important than ever. I ask you to help me be faithful, to help me live a life worthy of your love, and to help me understand that no matter how many mistakes I make, you are always with me, always helping me through the challenges that I cannot overcome on my own. I know that my faithfulness is not the perfection you desire, but my effort, my perseverance, and my trust in you in all circumstances. Father, even though I am weak at times, even though I stumble at times, I will never give up on you. Every time I feel helpless, I just need to look up to you and remember that you said, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Your words have always been a great source of encouragement, a hope that never fades in me. Father, I know that this life will not always be smooth and I cannot control everything. However, I believe that, no matter what, your love is something that never changes. I ask you to help me to trust your guidance, no matter how difficult it is, no matter how many challenges I face. I will continue to live in faithfulness to you because I know that you will never abandon me. I understand that my faithfulness is not about never failing, but about being persistent and striving to live according to your teachings. I do not have to be perfect, but I do have to be faithful and continue to move toward you in humility. Every day I live, I will continue to trust you, and through each challenge, I will continue to learn, grow, and grow closer to you. Father, no matter how many challenges I face, no matter how exhausted I feel, I will remain faithful to you because you are the only one who can lead me through everything. I will never give up because I know that you will never give up on me. I know that as I trust and remain faithful to you, you will always support me, help me overcome all challenges, and give me the strength to continue on this path. Father, I offer you all my loyalty and faith. I ask that you help me to keep the faith and to always live in trust and hope for your guidance. Although I cannot see the whole path ahead, I know that as long as I walk with you, I will never lose my way. I thank you for always being with me, for the boundless love you have for me. I will continue on this path, trusting in your guidance and living a life of faithfulness to you. Father, I stand before you with all my gratitude and humility. I cannot count the blessings you have bestowed upon me throughout this life. I thank you for always being there for me, even when I felt alone and lost, even when I felt weak and unable to overcome challenges. You have always been my guiding light, my strength, my boundless love that protected me through all hardships. I thank you for never giving up on me even when I felt unworthy of your love. I know that all the good things in my life come from you. It is your love and grace that helps me overcome all difficulties, helps me stand up after every fall and continue walking on this path. I feel that no matter how many times I fall, I can still stand up thanks to your love and forgiveness. You are my never-ending source of strength where I find true peace, joy, and happiness. I thank you for teaching me valuable lessons about humility, loyalty, and sacrifice. I know that this life is not an easy journey, but it is in those difficulties that I find maturity in my faith. Challenges are not something to fear, but opportunities for me to learn and grow, to realize that only you can help me overcome every storm in life. I believe that every day I live in your love, every day I move towards you, I will become better. Father, I cannot do it all by myself. I cannot be complete without your help. I ask you to continue to guide me throughout this life. I know that the journey to you is never over, but every step along the way is meaningful because it is the path you have shown me. Even though I sometimes feel weak, I know that you will never leave me alone, that you will always be there to help me stand firm. I know that no matter what I do, no matter what I achieve in this life, it all means nothing without your love. I thank you for the priceless gift of your love and peace, because you are the only one who can bring fulfillment to my life. I do not ask for everything I want, but I ask that you help me live in your love, be faithful to you in all circumstances, and always trust in your guidance. Father, I cannot change the world on my own, but I can change myself, and by living in your love, I can spread that love to those around me. I ask you to help me live a meaningful life, a life that is faithful to the values you have taught me. I will never give up on this path, because I know that in every step, no matter how difficult, you are always with me. I thank you for guiding me along this journey, because every day I feel your presence in my life. I offer you all that I have, all my dreams and ambitions. I know that everything is in your hands, and I will live each day in faith and gratitude for the graces you have given me. Father, although I do not know what the future holds, I believe that if I always walk in your light, if I always trust in you, I will never be lost. I offer you all my hope and all my faithfulness, and I ask you to continue to walk with me, leading me to everlasting love and peace. I thank you for giving me the opportunity to live in your love, and I offer you all my life as a sincere thanksgiving. Amen.